Hillbilly Cider, one of many cider houses in the Blue Mountains, relies on community support from locals and Sydney ciders to keep their business up and running. This specific cider house does not only focus on cider but has an assortment of wines, pizza and coffee. Whilst you are there, you can relax near the bar or choose to sit outside and enjoy cider tasting as well as food. As they rely on the support from the community, it means their business is vulnerable to closure if their business cannot be reached. This was the case of the past 2 years due to 2 natural disasters and a global pandemic. The fires that devastated many residents of the Blue Mountains had a significant impact on everyone, and specifically Hillbilly Cider due to them only having opened their cider house 2 weeks earlier. The owners had to make the heartbreaking decision to either leave their business to burn or to face the fires among many other volunteers. Not long after the fires ravaged through the Blue Mountains, COVID hit and forced them to close again. As restrictions eased, they were able to reopen to the public and able to rebuild what they worked so hard to achieve. Just as things were getting back to normal, the floods hit. These floods blocked off residents from Richmond and eastbound. This greatly affected them as the majority of road access was not available to the public. After a few weeks, the rain slowly stopped, leaving volunteers and SES workers to start to clean up and restore the damage.
Here at Hillbilly Cider in Bilpin, they have faced 2 natural disasters and a global pandemic. Christy, who has worked here for just over 12 months, is here to tell her experience.
My name is Christy and I work at Hillbilly Cider Shed as just a general bar staff. So they started to build this shed before the fires, and then the fires came and delayed the building. So this building's only been open for 14 months. During the fires, obviously, there was nothing going on. No one could travel on the roads or anything like that. The floods weren't so bad because we were just more blocked off to everyone else. So for me personally, it didn't affect me getting to work, but it affected the business itself with outside people from the Hawkesbury being able to come in to the Hawkesbury. Well, obviously, at the moment, we're back to masks during customer service time, and we've still got the check-in, so we've had to employ additional staff just to stand at the door and make sure everyone's checking in, and COVID marshal to make sure everyone's, abiding the rules when they do come back, because, it's kind of been they go and then they change them, and then, not even 24 hours notice, and we're back into, for instance, on Friday, I think it was Thursday night, we found out it was back on again for Friday. And so, it still has some impact, and people are worried about coming in when it's a little bit busy. So we just have to always make sure that we're not too busy, so we're limiting customers coming in, we're not overbooking. Yes, it still certainly has an impact, but not as bad as what it was.
Although COVID-19 is still around, Hillbilly Cider has followed the restriction guidelines that allows them to still function as a business and be open to the community. This is Alana Dowling, Western Sydney News.